Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to this Sunday evening love peace program organized by ISKCON Stouffville. First we will sing Jai Ramada Madhava. This is okay. No, this is okay. It will come in the way of reading. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. Everybody raise the hand. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome to this Sunday Love Feast program organized by ISKCON Stouffville. We are really pleased to see each and every one of you. So nice to be making decision to be spending 3 hours in satsang rather than going to a film or movie or some sansaric thing. So wonderful. Thank you so much for attending. So today we are going to read from Bhagavad Gita 7.15, that is chapter number 7, verse number 15, 1-5. Hope everyone has got the Bhagavad Gita. It's on page number 320 of this yellow bounded book. 320. So first it's a call and response, so I will speak and then you will follow me along. Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama Ayaya aparat jnana asuram bhavam asrita. Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama Ayaya aparat jnana asuram bhavam asrita. Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama Ayaya aparit jnana asuram bhavam asrita. So any two Matajis followed by two Prabhus. Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama Mayaya aparit jnana asuram bhavam asrita. Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama Mayaya aparit jnana asuram bhavam asrita.
Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama Mayaya aprahat jnana asuram bhavam asrita.
Namam duskritino
mudha
prapadyante naradhama
Mayaya aparat jnana asuram bhavam asrita. Thank you so much, Prabhus and Matajis. Anybody would volunteer to read the translation?
Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Anybody would like to read the translation? It is divided into 4 parts, so everybody can read one part at a time. Purport, Prabhu, Mataji.
It is said in Bhagavad Gita that simply by surrendering oneself unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Krishna, Personality Krishna, one can surmount the stringent laws of material nature. At this point, a question arises: how is it that educated philosophers, scientists, businessmen, administrators, and all the leaders of ordinary men do not surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, the all-powerful personality of Godhead? Mukti, or liberation from the laws of material nature, is sought by the leaders of mankind in different ways and with great plans and perseverance for a great many years and births. But if that liberation is possible by simply surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then why don't these intelligent and hard-working leaders adopt this simple method? Shall I stop here? Prabhu?
You can continue, Mataji, up to the
The Gita
number one.
answers this question very frankly. Those really learned leaders of society like Brahma, Shiva, Kapila, the Kumaras, Manu, Vyasa, Devala, Asita, Janaka, Prahlada, Bali, and later on Madhavacharya, Ramanujacharya, Sri Chaitanya, and many others who are faithful philosophers, politicians, educators, scientists, etc., surrender to the lotus feet of the Supreme Person, the all-powerful authority. Those who are not actually philosophers, scientists, educators, administrators, etc., but who pose themselves as such for material gain, do not accept the plan or path of the Supreme Lord. They have no idea of God. They simply manufacture their own worldly plans and consequently complicate the problems of material existence in their vain attempts to solve them. Because material energy, nature is so powerful, it can resist the authorized plans plans of the atheist and baffle the knowledge of planning commissions. Okay, I'll stop here, Prabhu.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Let others also get chance.
The atheistic plan makers are described herein by the word duskritinaha, or miscreants. Kriti means one who has performed meritorious work. The atheist plan maker is sometimes very intelligent and meritorious also, because any gigantic plan, good or bad, must take intelligence to execute. But because the atheist's brain is improperly utilized in opposing the plan of the Supreme Lord, the atheist plan maker is called Dushkriti, which indicates that his intelligence and efforts are misdirected. In the Gita, it is clearly mentioned that material energy works fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. It has no independent authority. It works as the shadow moves in accordance with the movement of the object. But still, material energy is very powerful, and the atheist, due to his godless temperament, cannot know how it works, nor can he know the plan of the Supreme Lord. Under illusion and the modes of passion and ignorance, all his plans are baffled, as is the case of Hiranyakashipu and Ravana, whose plans were smashed to dust, although they were both materially learned as scientists, philosophers, administrators, and educators. These Dushkritinas, or miscreants, are of 4 different patterns, as outlined below.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. So if anybody else would like to know point
The number one, the Mudas, are those who are grossly foolish, like hard-working beasts of burdens. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves, and so do not want to part with them for the Supreme. The typical example of the beast of burden is the ass. The humble beast is made to work very hard by his master. The ass does not really know for whom he works so hard day and night. He remains satisfied by filling his stomach with a bundle of grass, sleeping for a while under the fear of being beaten by his master, and satisfying his sex appetite at the risk of being repeatedly kicked by the opposite party. The ass sings poetry and philosophy sometimes, but these braying sound only disturb others. This is the position of the foolish fruitive worker who does not know for whom he should work. He does not know that karma that is action, is meant for yagna, that is sacrifice.
Continue, Prabhu.
Most often, those who work very hard day and night to clear the burden of self created duties say that they have no time to hear of the important
Immortality.
immortality of the living being. To such mudas, material gains which are destructible are lives all in all, despite the fact that the mudas enjoy only a very small fraction of the fruit of labor. Sometimes they spend sleepless days and nights for fruitive gains, and although they may have ulcers or indigestions, they are satisfied with practically no food. They are simply absorbed in working hard day and night for the benefit of illusory masters. Ignorant of their real master, the foolish workers waste their valuable time serving Mammon. Unfortunately, they never surrender to the supreme master of all masters, nor do they take time to hear of him from the proper sources. The swine who eat the night soil do not care to accept sweetmeats made of sugar and ghee. Similarly, the foolish workers will untiringly continue to hear of the sense enjoyable tidings of the flickering mundane world, but will have very little time to hear about the eternal living force that moves the material world.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Anybody for point 2?
Another class of Dushkriti or miscreant is called the Naradhama or the lowest of mankind. Nara means human being and Adhama means
Excuse me.
the lowest. Out of the 8,400,000 different species of living beings, there are 400,000 human species. Out of these, there are numerous lower forms of human life that are mostly uncivilized. The civilized human beings are those who have regulative principles of social, political, and religious life. Those who are socially and politically developed but who have no religious principles must be considered Naradamas. Nor is religion without God religion, because the purpose of following religious principle is to know the supreme truth and man's relationship with him. In the Gita, the personality of Godhead clearly states that there is no authority above him and that he is the supreme truth. The civilized form of human life is meant for man's reviving the lost consciousness of his eternal relationship with the supreme truth. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is all powerful. Whoever loses this chance is called as a Naradama. We get information from revealed scriptures that when the baby is in the womb, in the mother's womb, as extremely uncomfortable situation, he prays to God for deliverance and promises to worship him alone as soon as he gets out. To pray to God when he is in difficulty is a natural instinct in every living being, because he is eternally related with God. But after his deliverance, the child forgets the difficulties of birth and forgets his deliverance also, being influenced by Maya, the illusionary energy. It is the duty of the guardians of children to revive the divine consciousness dormant in them. The 10 process of reformatory ceremonies, as enjoined in the Manusmriti, which is the guide to religious principles, are meant for reviving God consciousness in the system of Varnashrama. However, no process is strictly followed now in any part of the world, and therefore 99.9% of the population is Naradama.
You can continue, Mataji, 2.3.
When the whole population becomes Naradama, naturally all their so-called education is made null and void by the all-powerful energy of the physical nature. According to the standard of the Gita, a learned man is he who sees on equal terms the learned Brahmana, the dog, the cow, the elephant, and the dog eater. That is the vision of a true devotee. Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is the incarnation of Godhead, as Divine Master, delivered the typical Naradamas, the brothers Jagai and Madai, and showed how the mercy of a real devotee is bestowed upon the lowest of mankind. So the Naradama, who is condemned by the personality of Godhead, can again revive his spiritual consciousness only by the mercy of a devotee. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in propagating the Bhagavata Dharma or activities of the devotees has recommended that people submissively hear the message of the personality of Godhead. The essence of this message is Bhagavad Gita. The lowest among human beings can be delivered by this submissive hearing process only, but unfortunately, they even refuse to give an oral reception to these messages, and what to speak of surrendering to the will of the Supreme Lord. Anadamas, or the lowest of the mankind, will fully neglect the prime duty of the human being.
Thank you so much.
The next class of Duskriti is called Maya Yata Jana. Those persons whose erudite knowledge has been modified by the influence of illusory material energy. They are mostly very learned fellows, great philosophers, poets, literate, scientists, etc. But the illusory energy disguises them, and therefore they disobey the Supreme Lord. There are a great number of Mayata Jana at the present moment, even amongst the scholars of the Bhagavad Gita. In the Gita, in plain and simple language, it is stated that Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is none equal to or greater than him. He is mentioned as the father of Brahma, the original father of all human beings. In fact, Sri Krishna is said to be not only the father of Brahma, but also the father of all species of life. He is the root of that impersonal Brahman and Paramatma, the super soul in every entity in his plenary portion. He is the fountainhead of everything, and everyone is advised to surrender unto his lotus feet. Despite all these clear statements, the Mayayata Jana deride the personality of the Supreme Lord and consider him merely another human being. They do not know that the blessed form of human life is designed after the eternal and transcendental picture of the Supreme Lord. All the unauthorized interpretations of the Gita by the class of Mayayata Jana outside the purview of Parampara system are so many stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual understanding. The deluded interpreters do not surrender into the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, nor do they teach others to follow this principle.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Anybody would like to read the point 4?
The last class of Duskriti is called Asviram Bhavam Asadaha, or those of demonic principles. This class is openly atheistic. Some of them argue that the Supreme Lord can never descend to this material world, but they are unable to give any tangible reasons as to why not. There are others who make him subordinate to the impersonal feature, although the opposite is declared in the Gita. Envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the atheist will present a number of illicit incarnations manufactured in the factory of his brain. Such persons, whose very principle of life is to decry the personality of Godhead, cannot surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Sri Yamunacharya Alabantharu of South India said, "O my Lord, you are unknowable to persons involved with atheistic principles. Despite your uncommon qualities, features, and activities, despite your personalities being confirmed by all the revealed scriptures in the quality of goodness, and despite your being acknowledged by the famous authorities renowned for their depth of knowledge in the transcendental science and situated in the godly qualities. Therefore, 1. Grossly foolish persons, 2. The lowest of mankind, 3. The deluded speculators, and 4. The professed atheists, as above mentioned, never surrendered unto the lotus feet of the the personality of Godhead, in spite of all scriptural and authoritative advice."
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Om Agyanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. I seek blessings of all the Vaishnavas present here. With the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, I have got this excellent opportunity to say few words on Bhagavad Gita. Although I'm completely not qualified to speak on the subject, but as a service to Guru and Gauranga, I will try to speak few words. So in the process, if there is any shortcomings, please forgive me. Thank you so much. Before we go to 7.15, devotees must have known by now. If not, I would like to glorify His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj for a few minutes. Today in India time, today 5th of May 2024, India time 9:20 a.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, the soul of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj left his body. I feel very, very sad to announce this for the benefit of those who are not yet aware. Few words about His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He was born on August 14th, 1944, which means 80 years, 80. August 14th, 1944. And I am told that there were plans for him to visit Toronto for his 80th Vyasa Puja, 80th Vyasa Puja in Toronto, where Vyasa Puja is where we celebrate the appearance day of the Acharyas. And there was a plan for that, already plan made, but man proposes, God disposes. As we all know that our plans never ever succeed. Anybody who says my plans have succeeded so far? I see no hands. The camera cannot moving, but I'm saying I see no hands. Cannot. If we make plans for sure, it won't succeed. It's only Krishna's plan in the ultimate end where we see some success. So anything and everything happening has got Krishna's bigger and better plans. Could be that Maharaj was required, his exemplary spiritual services were required by Srila Prabhupada and Krishna somewhere else. So Srila Prabhupada called him to assist him somewhere else. And so to speak about Maharaja, born on August 14th, 1944, he studied in France for business management. He studied in Montreal, Canada for MBA, Masters in Business Administration. While in Montreal, he was inquiring with few of the devotees because he got that inclination to serve Krishna right from his childhood. So during 1968, he inquired with the devotees that, okay, I am here, but I would like to see where is ISKCON temple here. By that time, Prabhupada had already established the temples, few temples there, started in 1965. So 1968, Montreal temple was already established. And somebody said, oh, here is the Montreal temple. So he went to Montreal temple. And guess what? Because he had the strong desire to serve saints as well as Krishna, Guru and Gauranga, Krishna made the arrangement. And this is what I say. We need to have strong desire to...
I also wanted to tell that when you ask your plans work, so I was thinking when we have the strong desire, then Krishna fulfills.
Krishna fulfills,
Yeah.
Mataji. That faith, we
Yes.
must have unflinching faith. Krishna always fulfills. But what is required, Prabhus and Mataji's of us is, we need to have that desire to serve Guru and Gauranga. And Krishna would invariably give opportunities for us. So, no wonder why Maharaja was pointed out at the ISKCON Montreal temple. And the temple president of Montreal during 1968 allocated Maharaj the very first duty that you clean this room. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada was about to arrive in that room in a couple of days. Maharaja gladly, he was so happy to be cleaning that room because he knows that Srila Prabhupada would be living in this room. And he did that duty wonderfully with all love and devotion. For sure, Srila Prabhupada arrived, and on 1st of June 1968 is the first meeting between His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, reborn. So he met Srila Prabhupada. That was the beginning of his journey. And when you come in touch with exalted devotees, the vibrations would impact you. And if you happen to hug them or touch them, then you are electrified. That means so far your plane was going like this, now your rocket will go like this. Straight, that speed of spiritual upliftment would take place just with the grace of the saintly people. And Srila Prabhupada is Jagat Guru. So he got that wonderful opportunity. Moving forward, so he started, Prabhupada saw that this young man, in fact, whenever there was Prabhupada's class, this young man, his name was Gopal Krishna right from birth. His passport name, legal name is Gopal Krishna. And so Prabhupada observed that this gentleman, this young gentleman, consistently attends his classes. With rapt attention, he listens to him, and he is inquisitive. As we say, that whoever is seated on the Vyasasana loves devotees to ask questions. Loves. In fact, that's his dream, because that is the opportunity devotees would impart or become a postman for transferring the knowledge which he got from his acharyas. As it is unadulterated, pass it on to the inquisitive person. So Srila Prabhupada noticed, and he started instructing his senior disciples that here is the gentleman, I see much prospects. Let us give him some services. And for sure the services started coming. Ultimately he was told by Prabhupada, he was requested that you should be taking over as GBC. GBC means Governing Body Commission of whole of India. So imagine, that's the highest post so far as India is concerned, any country. And he was very much happy to take up that position, because the service from acharyas is nothing but through Acharya is representative of Krishna. We all know that. And he gladly accepted. Moving forward, he started preaching in Russian as well as French languages, because he was in France, so he learned France, and then he learned Russian also. Started preaching. On top of it, Hindi and English. Hindi is his mother tongue, because he was born in New Delhi, India, August 14, 1944. So Hindi. He started preaching. He started developing the devotees. So many duties. So his book distribution was fantastic. Prabhupada instructed him to assist him in printing books and circulating. So book distribution, he cultivated the devotees, he established the temples, and as a leader he was showing an exemplary character. Yad acharati sreshta tat tad eve tarojana. The exemplary behavior which a king or an acharya exhibits, the common man follow. And surely enough, he set an example. So much so that up to, he was also co-GBC in Canada also, he's a co-GBC, and lots of responsibilities he was assuming. And all along throughout his life, he dedicated himself to the service of Guru and Gauranga. Up to the point that just 3 days before, while doing deity worship at his home, he fell down. And when he fell down, some scar occurred on the bottom right of his back, and he was hospitalized, and in a day he developed complications with his kidney. Very fast development, unimaginable fast development. And then first heart attack came just a couple of days before, followed by 2 consecutive heart attacks, and Maharaj couldn't survive. So I'm very saddened to announce that his soul left his body, and we don't have. But for his disciples, and not only for his disciples, but the whole devotees community in the world are shocked and saddened. Right now they are all mourning the passing away of the soul of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So with that we say Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.
Even our family has got a personal association also. I can end up the session, I share with you.
Sure, thank you so much, Madhya. This pillar is exactly coming in my way. Anyways, so I can't see the time. Prabhu, please remind me. So, coming back to 7.15, chapter 7 is knowledge of the Absolute. In the past, we have said from here that if you want to First of all, what's the goal of life? I asked that question and one Prabhu really distinctly replied, I don't want him to reply again. What is the goal of life?
Going back to Godhead.
Going back to Godhead? Absolutely. Any one more guess? What's the goal of life?
Always be in the service of the
Yes,
the devotees
always,
Devotees and Krishna. Haribol. Nice.
always conscious about him
Absolutely.
and serving him.
Absolutely. So, when can you serve a devotee or when can you serve Krishna? Can you tell me, Mataji? When can you serve devotee or when can you serve Krishna?
You can serve Krishna when you know, when you have that faith that he is the Supreme Personality. of God.
Exactly. Exactly.
Same thing, devotees, as we know, they are following the parampara and they are following their acharas. Those are the people
Exactly.
who are pure devotees, and
Wonderful.
by serving them, we get more.
Wonderful. So I was coming to that point, I was bringing all of you to that point that if you want to, the goal of Matajis are all right, the ultimate goal of life is to have Krishna Prema. Of course, going back to Godhead through Krishna Prema. Prema is love. When can you love a person? Anybody? When can you love a person? Simple question. Please.
When you surrender completely.
Okay.
And when you have faith on him.
Very nice.
When you don't judge the other person.
Excellent. One more last guess. When
don't,
can you love?
Don't expect anything in return.
Don't expect anything. All answers are correct.
Associate with him, hear about him, and know about him.
Haribol, Haribol. That's the point I am coming to. Nice. Thank you, Mataji. So, in our material experience, we know that we can love a person only when we know him or her. Is that correct? Please raise your hand.
Yes.
Right? We cannot, if a stranger on the road, we don't have that affection. Why? Because we don't know him or her. So to be able to love a person, you need to know the person. And Krishna has already brought Arjuna to that level where, as I said, the title of the chapter is Knowledge of the Absolute. Krishna has already started imparting the knowledge to Arjuna who he is. Krishna has said earlier, I am the taste of water, I am the light of sun and moon, I am the heat in fire, I am the letter word Om in Pranava. He said he gave all the information, or rather I should say he started to give all information because chapter 10 will have more information. He started to give that information for Arjuna to know Krishna, knowledge of the Absolute. Now, having said that, he also said that, oh Arjuna, this world is controlled by my divine energy. Divine is the word he has used. External energy, but by my divine energy, which is made up of 3 modes of material nature. Can anybody say what are those modes? What are those modes? Yes.
Ignorance.
Haribol, ignorance.
Mode of goodness.
Mode of goodness and anybody else? Mode of passion. So mode of goodness, mode of ignorance, passion and ignorance. We call it sattva, rajas and tamas. Krishna said, Devi esa gunamai mama maya duratyaya mam eva prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Those people who surrender unto me would be able to cross over this material nescience or maya or 3 modes of material nature very easily. Otherwise, Devi esai gunamai mama maya duratyaya. It is next to impossible for a person to cross or to win over these 3 modes of material nature. Why? Because that is my divine energy. Krishna says to Arjuna, that's my divine energy. And that is controlled by me. And therefore only I can, if somebody surrenders to me, I am the only one who can give, shower in my mercy to allow that person to cross over the curtain of Maya. And between us, Prabhus and Matajis, between us and Lord, only one thing is there. Krishna is right. Probably he might be listening this wherever, Hanumanji always listens wherever Ramayana is going on. He might be listening, but we can't see. There is only one curtain between us and Krishna himself. What is that curtain? Maya. Illusion. Maya means, ya means existing and ma means no. One which is not, we believe that is existing, but it's not existing. So Maya. 3 modes of material nature, that curtain prevents us to see face to face Krishna. If this curtain is unveiled, We can see Krishna like how I can see you, you can see me. We can talk to each other. Same way we can see Krishna. These are Acharya's. I am not saying Prabhu's and Mataji. These are Acharya's words. We should have the vision to see. We have got the eyes. We can see the material things, but we don't have vision. Why do you think Sanjaya was given divine vision? Just because with the material vision you can't see. So similarly, if that curtain is unveiled, then the Lord Krishna is right in front of us. But Krishna says to Arjuna that look, it's very difficult if somebody surrenders. But Krishna says, then if it is that easy to cross over the missiles of Maya, three modes of material nature, then why don't people surrender? That's a question. Then why don't people surrender? Krishna says it's easy. If so far as you surrender to me wholeheartedly, then you will be able to cross over. But why people don't surrender? That is where, that was 7.14. Now 7.15 says, that is where Krishna gives 4 kinds of people who don't surrender to him. Rather they give excuse. We know the word excuses, right? They give all the excuses, 4 kinds of people that don't surrender to Krishna in 7.15. And 7.16, which we'll see in the next week, 4 kinds of people who will surrender to Krishna. So we will come to that later. So what are the kinds of people who don't surrender? Number 1, Mudha. Namam Duskritino, Mudha. Second one, Prapadyante Naradhama. Naradhama is second one. Mayaya Apahrita Jnana. This is the third one. I will elaborate on that. Asuram Bhavam Asrita. That's the fourth one. Number 1, Mudha. Mudha word we have come across many times. 5-6 times at least in Bhagavad Gita. The very first example I can give is 9.11. Avajananti ma mudha manusim tanu masritam. Ma mudha. So the translation says, fools deride me when I descend in the human form. Fools. Mudha means grossly foolish people. Now, you might ask, common question, Prabhu, all philosophy leave aside. Parminder Prabhu. All philosophy leave aside. Prabhu, tell me, and very nice, Kumar Prabhu, I love it. Tell me what is in it for me. Isn't it, Prabhu? Common question. The inquisitive devotee says, Prabhu, philosophy leave aside. Tell me what is in it for me. And here is the sloka 7.15. I would say either 1 or 2 or 3 or all the 4 categories applies to me and us. For sure, if we really critically analyze these categories, applies to me or us, more or less. So we will see first one, Mudha. Prabhupada says, Mudha in English he says rascal. We have heard so many classes of Prabhupada. He says rascal. That is nothing but Mudha. Mudha is a person, is a grossly foolish person who is constantly engrossed in heavy laborious work. For what? For either flickering sense gratification or a morsel of grass, like donkey. Mudha is nothing but ass. You know the donkeys. What do donkey do? Donkeys are known for having low intelligence or no intelligence, number 1. Number 2, donkeys are known for carrying the burden. And for what? Just a morsel of grass the master of that donkey will give him at the end of the whole laborious day. And he is happy, oh, I have got the grass. But that grass is available free. You can pasture like cows and you can get it. But the donkey, because that's why he's donkey, he doesn't have that intelligence. So he would rather work very hard for a morsel of grass or some flickering sense gratification. And that is what Krishna says, that majority of the people are just like asses, are donkeys. And Prabhu and Mataji, introspect within. We are working day and night very hard for what? Just to keep our body and soul together, help family maintain, help pay our mortgages, meet our bills. Mostly it is bills which is constantly puzzling everybody. Now, for that we work day and night, and we waste invaluable time. Prabhupada says out of 8.4 million species, only 400 species are human, the rest are all lower birds. And then we ignore the importance of time in the human form of life just for working, just by working hard for what? To get some money or to get some fame or to achieve something which is non-spiritual, isn't it? Whereas the prime purpose of human life, which is, as Mataji said, to go back home, back to God, we completely ignore. That is called Mura. That is called ass mentality. That is called donkeys who would rather work day and night for some small flickering gain. So, first class of man is Mudas. Yes, Prabhu.
Can I ask a question or should I wait?
Please ask if you want to. Please,
Yeah,
quick.
okay. A donkey is a donkey with no choice.
Yes,
He was
please.
born as a donkey.
Who is a donkey?
Any donkey
Yes.
is born as a donkey.
Born as a donkey, true.
He had no choice.
Yes,
Now, being in the body of a donkey, he has no choice. He has to do all the work of a donkey.
right.
So, do you think Buddhas also have no choice? They are Buddhas because they were born as Buddhas?
No, Prabhu. Janmana jayate sudra. Prabhupada says, Janmana jayate sudra. All of us are born as sudras. Sudra means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. Sudra is the fourth lowest class in the ladder of Varnashram Dharma. We are all born as Sudras. Everybody is given equal opportunity to rise in their life cycle. From Sudra to Vaishya, Vaishya to Kshatriya, Kshatriya to Brahmana. Everybody, and from non-devotee to devotee, from materialistic person to spiritual person. Everybody is given equal opportunity. The mercy of Krishna is non-stop flowing, just like how rain doesn't differentiate whether I should shower myself on the top of a mountain or I should shower myself in the grass which is requiring, or in the ocean, back to the originating ocean. Rain doesn't differentiate. Similarly, the mercy of Krishna does not differentiate any single person. 5.18 says, that Brahmane Gavi Astine Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Gavi Sunicheva Sopakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Krishna sees everybody with equal vision. He doesn't have any partiality. Whether it is ant, elephant, human being, demigod, Indra, whoever. But Prabhu, to answer your question, we are born as Sudras. If, of course, there are multiple factors also plays a part that if we have got some sukruti, some pious activities in the past, then some devotees will come in association with. You are going for grocery shopping and all of a sudden devotees will hand over Bhagavad Gita. Oh, can you read? Oh, I don't have time, no, please, all problems solved. If really all problems solved, any page you open, you get the solution. Really? He takes the book home. Maybe 6 months, 1 year, it will be in the shelf, but eventually the book will come out and he will read. As soon as he reads, Prabhu, this divine knowledge starts impressing him. Not only him, he will start adopting, he will implement, and his generations will be Krishna conscious, because these Prabhupada's books have got that power, Prabhu. So, in short, yes, we are born as Sudras. Donkeys also have choice. He had the choice of pasturing in the open ground rather than, getting caught by the master and working as and he is happy, Prabhu. That is the main point. Because they have got low intelligence, he is happy to work that hard for just a morsel of grass.
Prabhu, sorry to interrupt you. His question, I think, asses are forced to do, but human beings, are we forced to do?
No, that's what I said, that we have got the choice. I already answered that. That we have got the choice of that mercy is equally flowing. It's for us to take steps. We take one step, Krishna will take 10 steps. So we should have desire. I started my class in saying that we should have that strong desire and Krishna would fulfill. So for sure he will fulfill. Okay, thank you Prabhu for the question. Moving back to second category. Prapadyante naradhama. Naradhama, nar and adhama. Naradhama, if we split nar and adhama, is naradhama. Nar means human being, mankind. Adhama means lowest. Lowest among mankind. So Prabhupada says 8.4 million species, 400,000 of human beings. The rest is all aquatics, beasts, birds, lower species of human life. They are living entities, but they are lower. Adam means, Urdhva means upper one, adham means lower one. So Naradhama are those who are lowest among the mankind. Now who are those people? This is a class of people, Prabhupada says, that they are quite established in their life. They are quite happy with their life. Oh, my family is good, I've got enough money, my business is running well, I've got good health, I'm young by age, there is no problem apparently. They feel that way. And, sorry? Materially. On the material, they are always on the material platform. Oh, I don't need to do any spiritual activity. What they will say? Oh, I am not interested in spirituality. We have heard many devotees, oh, I am not interested. Prabhu, Mataji, can you come to temple? Can you see it? Oh, I am not interested. Why? Oh, I'll do later. I am okay. What that okay presumption means, they are indirectly telling that, oh, my life is well settled. I don't need to have that spiritual practices. And so these are the class of people who say, I am not interested. Now, spirituality, Prabhus and Matajis, I was listening to Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, CCP, we must give credit to the person whom we are speaking for. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says that these are the people who said, I am not interested, but being of interest is not a matter of choice. It's necessity in spiritual matters. When we go to doctors, Prabhus and Matajis, he gives medication. Do we say, oh, I am not interested in medication? Do we say that? We have got ailment and that's why we are approaching doctor and he is giving us medicine for our benefit, to cure our... Can we say, oh no, I am not interested? Gentlemen, that's your necessity. Without that medication, you won't be curing the ailment. So, it can be a matter of interest for him, but it's a necessity. And suffering is compulsory. If you can deny the treatment, here the law says that you can deny doctor. Okay, I don't want. The doctor says that's your choice. So it's your option. The law gives you option, but suffering is necessity. Suffering is a must. It's compulsory. It's not mandatory. Here you say, oh, I am not interested. But suffering is so. Same way, when this class of person, Naradhama, says that, oh, I've got good wife, I've got good family, I've got everything settled, Prabhu. I'm not interested. Oh, no, temple, no, nothing. I'm not interested. That's Naradhama. That means they are saying that it's not necessary, but strictly it's necessary. This class of people are called Naradhama. Adhama, the lowest among the mankind. Number three is Mayaya Apahrit Jnana. I love this. And as I said, we, or myself, of course, fall into this Mayaya Aparta Jnana, or many of these, if we introspect. Why? What is that? Jnana. Anybody say what is Jnana? Knowledge. Veda means knowledge, right? Jnana. Anybody say what is Aparta? It's a something.
Kidnapped.
Ravana kidnapped Mother Sita. Aparta. And then Mayaya. Maya means?
Maya.
Illusion, the three modes of material nature. So Maya Apahrita Jnana means those people who are fully knowledgeable. They are scholars, Prabhus and Matas. They are doctors, they are scientists, they are philosophers, they are mental speculators, they have got that high. People have recognized them to be possessing extremely good knowledge. They have proved themselves. But what has happened is their jnana lacks the essence. The jnana's purpose is the essence of jnana is to draw you to Krishna, to draw you to bhakti. The purpose of Vedas, I am to be known. Krishna says, So purpose of Vedas is to know Krishna. Similarly, the purpose of jnana, the essence of jnana is one should be led towards bhakti and towards Krishna. But what has happened in this class of people, the third one, Maya Apahrit. Maya, the three modes of material nature are so strong that it has Apahrata, it has kidnapped the knowledge of these people. They still have knowledge, but it lacks Krishna consciousness. It lacks the bhakti. It lacks the tools to bring him to Krishna consciousness. So these people Jnana, knowledge, is kidnapped, and therefore they are bereft. Their life will end like that. And punarti jananam, punarti maranam, chautare sayanam. They will be constantly rotting around in the birth, old age, disease, and death. And imagine, Prabhu Samadhi, we are born, then old age, we grow old. Of course, when we grow old, we contract diseases. Because of diseases, we die. It's a non-stop cycle, like a rat, in the circle. If you put rat, he is running fast, he's sweating, but where is he going? Nowhere, because he is circling. Same way, we need to break open this cycle of what I call BODD, birth, old age, disease, and death. We need to break open. And as you rightly said, that the purpose of life, the goal of life, is to achieve the spiritual kingdom, go back home, back to Godhead,
That is our
is
original
by
place.
sorry.
That is our original place.
Exactly, Mother. That's where we belong to. We don't belong. This is a prison house temporarily created for those people who wants to enjoy separate of Krishna, independent of Krishna. Krishna has created facility. Okay, tathastu. You go there. You feel you are not master, but you feel yourself to be the master. Prabhupada says that you have to serve. Serve you must. Prabhupada says, if you don't serve Krishna, you are serving Maya. Serve you must. Your constitutional position is to render service. So if you don't render service to Krishna, you will be rendering service to Maya. So third class of people is that Mayaya Aparita Jnana. These people will never ever, but they are not atheists. They are materialistic people. They are not spiritual. The fourth one, now we come to the fourth one, the Asuram Bhavam Asrita. So those people who are of demoniac nature, Asuram is demoniac. Bhavam Asrita, they are taking shelter of the demoniac mentality, and the examples in front of us from the Shastras is, can anybody give at least 2 examples of demons? And Ravana. That's it, 2 examples are enough. So Hiranyakashipu and Ravana are the demons who had the demoniac mentality, and these fourth class of people are not only never surrendered to God, but they want to kill Krishna, or they want to kill the faith within the devotees who are inclined to take up the spirituality, or they want to discourage these rituals, or they want to discourage the practices by which we practice Krishna consciousness. So demoniac people are completely anti Krishna conscious movement. They are totally atheist and they want to discourage. Whereas these Maya Aparita Jnana are not necessarily atheist, but they are materialistic. But these demoniac people are completely going opposite Krishna consciousness. So these 4 kinds of people do not surrender unto me, Krishna says. They give some excuse or the other. And then the next sloka which I want to elaborate, it says that the 4 kinds of people do come to me, do render services to me. And that says, Chaturvidha bhajante mam, jana sukrutino arjuna, artho jignasur artharthi, jnani cha bharatar sarva. What are those 4 classes of people?
Those who are distressed.
First of all, they are sukrutino. In fact, that I missed this point. Sukrutino and Duskrutina. All these 4 class what we have studied in 7.15 are Duskrutina. Krutina means those people who have done meritorious work, excellent work. Duskrutina means people who have done adhama work or non-meritorious or something derogatory to Krishna consciousness. And Sukrutina are the one who have accumulated pious credits by doing some philanthropic work or by practicing Krishna consciousness. These are Sukrutina. So these 4 class 7.16 we'll study in future. So maybe 2-3 minutes I can dedicate for questions and answers. Thank you so much for listening.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhuji, what you said in the last, there are 4 classes of people. First, what is the difference between the 4th one compared to first 3?
Exactly. The 4th one is completely atheist. They are demoniac.
Nastic.
Astic is theist. Nastic is atheist. So atheist means they are opposing Krishna. They have got that enmity towards Krishna. If somebody is going to temple, they would rather prevent. They will always be an obstacle to Krishna consciousness. Not only that, they want to kill Krishna, but they want to stop. They want to kill even the faith of people who are inclined towards Krishna.
So there is no option for them to surrender to Krishna.
The good question, Prabhu. There is an option. You see, there are two ways one can serve Krishna. Of course, the better way is out of love and affection, which all the devotees in Krishna conscious movement develop love and affection towards Krishna. There is another one is enmity. Like we know that Jaya Vijaya were cursed, and they were given the choice that if you want to come back to me within short period of 3 births, then you worship me as an enemy, staunch enemy. And we know that first one is Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Second one is
Ravana and
Kumbhakarna. Third one is Shishupala and Dantavakra. These 3 were constantly meditating on Krishna, but with what bhava? As an enemy. As an enemy, the bhava could be even stronger than as a devotee, because that means you are constantly hating this movement, or you are constantly against Krishna himself. And what happened ultimately, and this is the answer to your question, what happened ultimately? Krishna killed Varaha, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Narasimhadev, Ravana killed by Rama, Kumbhakarna. Then the same way, Shishupala Dantavakra, Krishna, Shishupala had, we know, we don't want to go in. By doing that, Prabhu, Krishna delivered them. Delivered them what? Go back to Jaya and Vijaya, where you belong to. So that is one way of Krishna's mercy, but that's a hard way. And then still Krishna, do you think that all these Rakshasas, Putana and all these demoniac people whom Krishna has killed, Krishna had any ill feeling to? No, Krishna had the most compassionate to them. Putana, he gave the topmost. After killing Putana, Krishna gave the topmost position of being a nurse in the Goloka Vrindavana, Golokadham, being Krishna's nurse. Why? Because she came with a motherly affection, although having the poison. But after all, Krishna cannot be anybody's. Krishna is a Suradam Sarva Bhutana, Jnatva Mam Santi Murti. Suradam Sarva Bhutana, he is the benefactor of every single person. Be it plant, elephant, human being, friend, enemy, devotee, non-devotee, materialist, atheist, demoniac, non-demoniac, he is the friend of everyone. Pandita Samadarsina. For him, there is no enemy or no. He always wishes for the people to come back to him. But does that answer your question, Prabhu? Even Krishna.
As Prabhuji asked earlier, donkey is donkey by birth.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so he for little grass he is doing all these things.
Exactly.
So same way these asuras, they are also by birth like that only, or they are because of their karmas.
Because of karmas, Prabhu. Otherwise, they would have
So
been
they should
Indra.
have- they should
Why
have
is he
also-
not Indra? Why is he born not as Indra? Why is he born as a demon? Because they are mandated by their karma to oppose. To oppose, being on the other side. Somebody has to take the other eye. And then they are, by doing that, they are reducing their karma. Because Krishna will ultimately deliver them.
Prabhuji, of the same question, like
Sure.
all these 4 categories,
Right.
are these 4 categories because of their past karma or this birth's karma?
Past
This is
karma.
what past life karma.
No, it's a combination of both, Prabhu. It's a very good question, because we don't have the option to come out of that cycle, Prabhu. That cycle applies to everything. The laws of karma, what goes around comes around. In the past, we don't know, many millions of birds we might have taken birth in many species, and we might have done some impious activity by which the karma is accumulated. Some of the karmas we have already suffered. Some of the karmas were not fructified. Now we are suffering. So it could be that we are suffering right now. Somebody will say, no, why bad thing happens to good people? Common question, why bad thing happens to good people? This person, I have known him to be very good. He cannot even think of harming anybody. Still, why bad thing happens? That's past karma. He has to suffer. Otherwise, the karma don't wipe out. That's a law of karma. Very complex, but law of karma. And while doing that, if you accumulate more karma, which is what Acharya says, please refrain from accumulating more karmas, because that is the blockade for you to progress further. While enjoying or suffering good or bad karma's effects, We should be extremely careful, Prabhus and Matajis, not to accumulate further karmas. Because when you accumulate further karmas, you are shaping the next body, for sure. You are definitely shaping the next body. And we don't want to even take birth in this material realm. That should be our ultimate aim in life.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the third category you mentioned, they have acquired so much of knowledge in this birth,
Yes.
but still they are not having that Krishna consciousness.
Yes, please. So more we will
So
discuss
something is
during.
blocking them.
Yes.
Maybe something, some past life karmas or something.
Yeah, it will. More
Because
we
in
will
this
discuss.
life they have already acquired so much of knowledge.
Exactly. Yeah, Prabhu. More we will discuss during our prasadam take. So for the sake of time, because program has to proceed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.